What's going on, YouTube? Kimby here, back with another video. Today is a little bit different of a video. It's not a reaction to a game, nor is it gameplay, but it's an anime review. Now, the anime in question is Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. Now, you may be like, bro, where is the review for episodes 1, 2, and 3? Well, I was on a cruise for the first episode. I still had to watch it. I watched it on that yacht Wi-Fi. It was amazing. Episode 2 and 3, yeah, I was busy. I was busy, so I wasn't able to get it. But I got this video recording for y'all in the fresh hours of 3:15 a.m. So let's get into it. Okay, now I watched the episode about two or three times, because I did watch some fellas I watched review it, and I gotta say this episode was amazing. I'm glad I'm actually making a video on this, because the last week's episode was good. It was more so of a lore dump on Ukitake and his backstory. Rather, this is a actual fighting episode, which fighting, monkey brain, testosterone, man strength, what I'm saying, it go crazy. But yeah, so episode starts off with recap. From what I can remember, it's like, they talk, and Ukitake is like, yeah, this is, I had Mimihage in me, Kamakake, blah 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 blah. Basically recap. Then we go to after the opening. Speaking about the opening, is it still a banger to y'all? Because it is to me. I like the ending more. I have to admit, I like the ending more. The ending is, that thing be moving me. I be dancing to it. I be jamming. I be, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, anywho. So we get to after the opening, and Ichigo has finally broken free of Yuha's grasp. He is now able to use his own blute to cancel out Yuha's blute, and then he's able to gain control over his hand again. Not too long after, the shoot stop will pop up, or Yuha's royal guard. And where have these fellas been for the last episode and a half? Like, I was talking to my little brothers, and I was like, these guys have to have been lost trying to go find a bathroom or something, because there's no way Yuha's just in the what would you call it, the Soul King's room. There's no way he's just in here by himself without any guard members. But I bet to differ. Uryu finally pops up. He's like, he says the line, because I'm a Quincy, blah blah blah, I have to exterminate you, usual Quincy stuff. He's saying the same line. He's been saying the same line since last season. But yeah, so then around this time, Yuriichi, by the way, Yuriichi's in the episode. The episode's automatically a 10. I don't want to hear anything. If Yuriichi's in the episode, it's automatically a 10. But anyways, she puts a barrier on the Soul King. She throws some bombs on Yuha, doesn't work. She technically tries to protect the Soul King. It doesn't work. And then Perninda, sorry. I read the manga, but I'm not used to saying these fellas' names out loud or hearing them. And he's able to twist her arm, and she's like, what is that? And she gets thrown off the thing. Can't believe you did that, Yuha. You deserve the utmost punishment for what you did to Yuriichi. But anyways, then Uryu and Ichigo finally face off. Now, this was teased for last core, but it didn't happen. But it's finally happened this core. And I gotta say, this thing was beautiful. Now, I know, see, this is why anime Twitter, bro, y'all bugging. You can get a nice, good episode. You can get some nice movement. You get some nice, good-looking drawings. The art was very consistent. But unless it looked like JJK or Demon Slayer, yeah, I ain't rocking with it, which is kind of crazy to me, because not everything has to look like that. And not everything has to be this big old spectacle of... And yeah, but anyways, the fight was good, had good choreography, had amazing effects. There was some little box in there here and there, using the sword, because Uryu can, use Reishi to, clash with, swords and stuff. So pretty good. Before he started zoning him out with arrows and started spamming him, he was in the field with him. But there was one thing that I was like, oh yeah, he doesn't notice, and he shot Ichigo with a arrow, and it hit Ichigo's neck. But I was like, whoa, it didn't like actually no blood came out. But that was because he used blue. It was able to block the arrow. Now, for one, Ichigo is just using blue now, which is spectacular. My man he upped his bag. But Uryu doesn't know that Ichigo's a Quincy or part Quincy, because around the time when they had left to go to Hueco he had stayed behind to stay in the world of living, and then he, read his dad's book or his grandfather's books, and then he, went over to sorry, the Vandenreich. But anyways, so the fight continues. Ichigo actually has him on the ropes after him surprising him, and he's like, "Yo, bro, like, you could have killed me. What's up with you?" And Ichigo's the main character, and this is his friend, so he's not gonna just chop his head off. So the fight continues. They separate. Ichigo's dodging arrows. He's spamming arrows, and then he activates his Volsten Dig, which is the like holy form of the Quincy. So kind of think like their not version of Bankai, but kind of like their own power up. So for one, this was not in the manga. In the manga, this fight doesn't exist. This fight does not exist. Half of the stuff in this episode is brand new stuff. None of this stuff exists in the manga. So for one, I'm super glad. Excuse me. I'm super glad that I'm starting reviewing this because it's brand new content to me. And I'm gonna try to stay away from spoilers online. Anyways, we go, and after that, it goes to Kanju, Chad, and Orihime. Now, we all know these fellas ain't strong. We all know they can't save anyone like that. They are support characters. They are in the back. Well, only Orihime support. Ganju and Chad is just sitting there with their hands, in their pockets. But they actually were doing something. Now, in terms of doing something helpful, kind of. They are able to put this kind of distraction together to have them fall to the floor, but Quincy's have wings, so yeah, they did something. But yeah, they did something, and they ended up getting blasted away from them, and they're like, yeah, what was that about? And after that, we go back down to the to what would you call it? Mayori's lab. And then we see that they are talking about, yo, what's going on? This man Ukitake, it's not like he gonna make it. Woody woody whoop. And it's just kind of just, them talking about whatever. Like, yeah, it's not looking too good. This fella's cooked. Then we go back up to the Soul Palace, and I forgot to mention this before, but Yuha is actually fighting against Mimihaki now. I think this is technically Ukitake, since he's now the embodiment of, or like just possessed by Mimihagi now. He's fighting against Yuha, but I don't know if this is just the arm of the Soul King, knowing that Yuha's trying to kill the Soul King and trying to fight it. Whatever it is, the Mimihaki's fighting back, and he's like, bro, you ain't taking this. You ain't taking this without a fight. And he's literally trying to break through Mimihagi for like the majority of this episode, but Mimihagi is resisting. And then we cut back to Ichigo. Ichigo's still like, bro, what are you doing? I ain't trying to fight you. And Ishida says his line again, I'm a Quincy. We got to get this man more lines, man. We got to get him to stop saying he's a Quincy, and he's going to do it on the part of the Quincy, and Soul Reaper's Zone needs to exist. He's saying all the Quincy rhetoric, and it's fine. I get it. No spoilies. I'll try not to spoil, but yeah, no spoilies. But so then they face off. He's dodging all his stuff. Wait, no. Also, then they get to a point where they can face off, right? It's Kamehameha versus Gallic Gun. It's not like that, but I'm just saying. That's the only thing I can compare it to. It's a beam clash or an energy clash of sorts. And, Ichigo does the gets good Juji show, you know, core slash, and then what does Uryu say? It's a German name. I'm not German. I'm sorry, but it's like Sturburn, something like that, bro. And he shoots it and it clashes, but of course Ichigo's is stronger and it is able to push back Uryu's blast. Now, when I first saw this, okay, quick spoilies. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm a manga reader. Quick spoilies. Now we know Uryu's ability is the antithesis, which is able to. I'm not Mr. Tomo or DBZ Airman. I know it just technically can replace things and swap things out. Okay, I, I'm not one of those dudes that have been reading the series for 10 years, but I know he's able to like switch things over. So I thought he used it for against the Ichigo's gets a good Juji show, but it seems like Ichigo actually just straight up missed him or wasn't trying to hit him. Technically, Ichigo is not really even fighting. Now, I know that the agenda is more important than the truth at times. So fellas might say, "Oh, Ishida's just as strong as Ichigo." Blah blah blah. No, clearly this man is not really trying to fight this fella. He's actually trying to get him to stop on some Naruto stuff. But whatever. So yeah, he ends up missing him, and then of course, you know, we get the words because I'm a Quincy. And he shoots Ichigo's whole side of his like it's like his like ribs over here out. And yeah, that was not in the manga. So I was like, hog face, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, that really just happened. I'm well, no more spoilers, but we know that Ichigo's team Ichigo's team gets dispatched away from the current location. And then that's how the episode ends. But after that banger, ooh, that ending. Ooh. After the ending, we go to post credit scene. Yuha's he ends up ripping apart Mimihagi and disperses. So, you know, what happens to Ukitake? Fella, he's swept. He's been 3-0'd. He's been swept. He's done for. Trying to remember. Then he gathers all the power from the Schutzstaffel and is able to make like a Reishi sword strong enough to cut the crystal of the Soul King. And the Soul King's crystal shatters, but his body is still intact, even though he like literally slices down the diagonal slash of him, but his body is still intact, but it's cuts through the entire. Anyways, wait, is my yeah okay? Sorry, I thought my headphones just died. But yeah, he's able to slice through him and his body comes up and he literally absorbs the entire Soul King. And if you thought this fellow was broken before, y'all in for a treat for the amount of brokenness that this enables with this fella. I'm not gonna spoil, but I'm just gonna if I ever feel like I need to spoil, I'll just put a spoiler tag somewhere up here. And yeah, this fella's broken now. At the end, you see the eyes pop up, the almighty eyes, plus the Mimihagi black Ryatsu, whatever that is, that's the thing. And that's the end of the episode. And then we get the poem, which is Aizen at the end. No spoilies, but no spoilies, no spoilies, no spoilies. But yeah, I will definitely be trying to, by God's grace, to review that episode. And yeah, this episode was Yuruichi's in it, so it definitely is a 10. But realistically, obviously, give this episode, I would give it 8.5 out of 10. I think it was really good. Good lore, good story. It's still my favorite episode of this entire 1,000 Year Blood Wars episode 7. I know fellas will say 6 because oh my gosh, the animation, but I really like 7. 7 was so good to me. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. This is my first review of any anime or anything manga related. Well, manga coming soon. Manga is coming soon. I'm still working on that Sakamoto Days script. You know, it's taking me. I've never scripted before. I'm not a scripter. As you've seen my other videos, I just be yapping, talking, and whatever. But yeah, first review. Have mercy on me in the comments. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully, God bless you guys with an amazing day. Hug your family, hug your loved ones, and yeah, peace.